Okay, this is our web-based ERP solution. In this we have different modules like sales, purchase, manufacturing, inventory, fixed asset, general banking and general ledger, and human resource management. First we go on a setup section. In this section, first we have to create and maintain a company profile and set functions accordingly. In this first we have an option of company profile setup, and also we have more options like user account setup, user asset setup, display setup, transaction reference, taxes, and many more. Now move on the first step. We have company setup. First we see how company profile created and how you can set functions accordingly. Company setup. In general setting, you can upload company info. In this you can enter your company name, address, phone number, fax number, email address, GST, home currency. In this, like you can see, standard is US dollar. Also you can enter many more like euro, pounds, real, Canadian dollar, and Pakistani rupees. Moreover, you have an option of uploading your company logo from choose file and browse file. Like as you can see, you can upload your company logo from there, and you can delete as well. Now move on to general ledger settings. In this you can set your accounting functions like default fixed year, tax period, tax last period, and so on. Now move on to sales pricing functions. In this you can set your sales price, like for example you are selling your goods on retail pricing. So you have an option to set your retail price, and you are also have an option of wholesale price, retail sales price, so you can set accordingly from there. And also you can enter and set standard cost of your goods from by entering your cost like 1000 rupees. Now move on to user interface function options. This function is for how you can see your interface, and it displays settings like by entering all necessary information. You can update your entire information from by clicking update function, and you can back from there. Now move on to user account setup. In this section, user account setup. In this section you have an option of giving access of ERP to your employees and partners, shareholders, etc. So they can see your company financial status, and also this is for giving access departmentally wise. Like for example, you have a purchase department, sales department, HR department. So you can do this. You give access separately, like salesperson do sales function, purchase person do purchase, maintain purchase transactions, human resource at HR department do HR duties, like they want to maintain a payroll slips, etc. So as you can see the screen, this is already created users accounts. Like as you can see, there is a users already created like Arsalan, Umair, Rabia, etc. First you can enter the user login name here, like as I enter Umair, user login ID as well you can enter. Like this is how a person login from its full name, mobile number, email address. Most important thing is account level. Most important thing is this account level. Like, as you can assign the duties over there, like sub-admin do all the duties, so you can divide their duties, so you can assign a account level. Like, here is the mention some account level: admin, AP officer, AR officer, inquiries, accountant, production manager, salesman, purchase officer, as I give examples of this, and so on. You can also create this section as well accordingly. And move on to user POS, user point of sale. Like like a user POS sale, like where he she is from. Like, for example, default setting we are go, like, is a person you enter, it's from Ali clothing, credit card person, Minimax Solution Qatar, etc. And you can add this person from by clicking add now button. Now move on to access setup. In this window you can see the role over there, as I mentioned over there: inquiries, AP officer, salesperson, accountant, admin. For example, you click admin, so this is a system, like, the admin, what functions they use. Like, you can check down these things and update, upload and save their functions over there. Now move on to display setup. In this setup function, you can set your numbers, like decimal places, date formatting, reports, save report, selection, days, mention, miscellaneous, show hints for new user, show GL information, show item code. Like it is about how you can display these modules functions accordingly by maintaining this, and you can update from this by clicking update button. In this setup function, company setup function, you can add taxes, tax groups, items tags, item text types, system and general ledger setups. This function is for GL person, accountant person, general GL account setup, like past due days, in interval, accounts type. This is all about account, and you can set your fiscal year over there to see or trial balance by yearly, monthly, etc. In this maintenance section, there is the option of void transaction, view or print transactions, attach documents. Like, void a transaction in this function. For example, you made a journal entry of $500,000, 500,000 rupees, for example. By mistakenly, you can edit, delete as you wish to. You can see this journal inquiry as well, and you can edit and delete as well, and you can void transaction from there by void date, transaction number 5958. Like, as I enter, where this is for 59, as I select is, that's why it's 59. As I select 58, this is 58. So you can void the transaction from there, and you can attach documents from there. Now move on to meantime, first you have to create a simple journal entry from banking in general account. So by passing basic journal entry, you can add a payment, add a cash in your owner's equity account. So by adding cash, added credit in your owner's equity account, you can purchase inventory and fixed asset. How journal entry works, I will show you. First you have to write a date. Date is already mentioned, is there 6/12/2020, and currency, like there is a mention Canadian dollar, so I have to do this is Pakistani rupees. Exchange rate is exchange rate I already set from general set, like exchange rate I set from banking and general ledger by maintenance section. Maintenance section is creating and maintain your setting. Maintenance, it's mean from there is mean it's creating any bank account, quick entries, account tax, currencies on exchange rate, which I told you. From there you can set your exchange rate. Now go on to journal entry and set your Pakistani rupees. Documented event date, source reference is income, for example is income. Reference I already mentioned. Quick entry, additional info is not necessary. Amount for daily basis, not necessary. Include in text register. If you wish to, you can click over it. If not, check out. Now you can select a chart of account from by searching over there. Like as you can, as I told you, we have to do this for owner's equity account. So we select owner's equity account first. Owner's equity account, there I mentioned. So we add for example 5,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees, for example 1,000 rupees deposit. Add item. First we add in debit, same, and then we add in credit. So we have to balance our trial balance, so debit and credit both sides have to balance. Owner's equity, credit side, and 1,000 rupees. Description is deposit. Memo is for funds. Add item. You can see this. Press journal entry, process journal entry, and you can process your journal entry. As you can see this, your journal entry number is 60. You can view this journal entry from, as you can see this journal entry pass, like 1,000 rupees which I pass is debit and credit are both sides is balance. Okay. And you can go to banking and general ledger and see your trial balance, which I passed. Owner's equity account. This is owner's equity. You can see this amount. This amount is more than 1,000 because I already passed some entries. So this is so we have a large amount in our account, in owner's equity account. This is our trial balance. By go on to banking and general ledger. There is a function of payments, deposit, bank account transfers, journal entry, budget entry, reconcile bank account, revenue cost account, and you can see this inquiry and report. You can see your whole financial transaction over there. Journal inquiry, GL inquiry, bank account inquiry, tax inquiry. You can see all reports over there. Journal inquiry, like this is all reports. like trial balance, balance sheet, profit and loss statement, banking reports, journal ledger reports. All inquiry and reports are available in this field. As I told you, maintenance section is creating a new account, new employee account, etc. There is a bank account, quick account, account tax, currencies, exchange rate, GL accounts, GL account groups. As I told you, there is a chart of accounts like owners equity, HBL bank. So GL account group, GL account classes, closing GL account transaction, resolution of currency account. Now when you pass a journal entry for having a credit in your owners equity account, then you can move on to inventory and item section, and you can create a necessary item you have to purchase. What you have to purchase. So move on to maintenance section. I already told you maintenance is creating a new account, items, etc. Item section. As you can see this, how you can create a new item. You can select an existing item as well and update it as well. Like you can search an existing item, like there is already mentioned app subset, Apple iPhone 10, Apple iPhone 8, which we maintain for them. Developer engine, CG125 Honda, camera 20 MB, back wheels, etc. Apple iPhone, for example, I select this. You can see this Apple iPhone, select and show in, and you can inactive as well it from this by checking inactive, and you can active from this Apple iPhone. You can update this Apple iPhone function as well, and you can create new item as well. Now we can maintain a new create a new item, item code XYZ, item code 10623, and item name like Apple iPhone, computer, tablets. Like for example, I select computer. You can select another as well. You can write as well. Like for example, laptop. Description, tablets, description. You can write description as well. Category, main thing is category, like components, charger, system, services, product. So product, item text type regular, item type manufactured. You can purchase creating this item from manufacturing for selling, and this is up to you. And you can purchase for services, and you can select unit of measures. Like if this is a product, you can select each. If it's services, so you can select hours. This is a product. Editable description, you select, so it can check like this. Exclude from sales, exclude from purchase. You can remove from purchase, so you can remove. You didn't want, so you can deselect. And this section is for a content, like GL account settings. This product is going in from sales account, like for example sales tax account, computing time account, heading pay, and many more options are available there. Content set this option accordingly. Inventory account, inventory. In other section, you can upload the images by choosing file from your desktop. Item status, active or not active, inactive, and you can insert a new item by clicking insert button. By inserting a new item, you can go go back and create a supplier first, which you are purchasing from this item. Like for example, I am purchasing a computer, a laptop, a tablet, anything. So we can go in a purchase and create a supplier from there. In this section you create a supplier which whom you are purchasing from. Like default, as you see, default are updated, like Al Hatab, Al Kamran, America, Apple Inc., supplier's name, short name, addresses, and anything. Like for example, I select this and update as well, and I do update as well. If I create new supplier, I want to create a new supplier, so I'm in maintenance section, purchase, we can maintain a new supplier by adding a supplier name, supplier short name, GST number, their website, their currency, their tax group or customer name, bank number, credit limit, payment terms, credit limit we mention over there. Also we move on from accountant side, account payable account, purchase discount account. As you can see, there's a lot of options you can select. So move on to our inventory section. First you can create a new item. First you pass a journal entry, then you go in item and inventory, and you can create a new item. Then you create a supplier for whom you are purchasing from. Then you can pass a purchase order entry to purchase this item to create. This is how all you maintain your account reports. Then move on to purchase order entry. But by passing a purchase order entry, you first thing is selecting a supplier which you are already create. I told you how supplier create. In this you can search or supplier which whom you are purchasing from. For example, I select Al Hatab. For example, I select America, AMR, order date, current credit limit. I already told you while in creating a supplier, you can set or current credit, supplier currency, euro, exchange rate, mention, references mention over there, supplier reference, whom person who referred you this supplier, receive info, deliver to, description like Umair. Now you can go on to search your item. Like I select engine, for example, engine, which I create in item section. Quantity 1, unit each, I already told you each and hours, required delivery date, price before taxes, कितनी प्राइस पे आपने ख़रीदा है, which you are mention over there. Like for example, you purchase it from for 4,000. You can mention, and you can add your item over there. As you can see, this is added, and now you can do this. Subtotal tax after tax amount will be 46820. Okay, remember this is for or machine, and you can place your order like this. You can see our order has been placed, and also you can view this order as well from by clicking this. You can see and print this voucher and move on. As you can see the whole price over your amount over there, and also you can print your this order, email this order, receive item on the purchase order. Then by placing a purchase order entry, then you can create a receive purchase order item entry. By this you can receive your order. First you have to pay your supplier by supplier invoice by making supplier invoices, and also you can maintain your supplier credit note, payment supplier invoice, payment to your suppliers. You can pay your supplier over there, which I have. Your current bank balance is this. From bank account, current account, no. You can select your bank account like Bank Alpha, balance is 0. Nizam bank balance is this, and you can enter a payment entry like for amount of discount, amount of payment, and you can select your supplier from there. Like I am giving a payment from America, which I select by purchasing or order or item. Then go on to receive items on this purchase order. This you can how, as you can see this window, I purchase an engine from machinery. Our total amount is 46,800. Oh, 468,200, and we process to receive item. Our item is received by paying our supplier bill, invoice, and payment. And you can maintain a entry for your accounts from clicking this. You can select your supplier as already selected because you are going continuously. There you can enter supplier invoice, and you can directly enter from this supplier invoice. Same window is open from. Okay, I'm telling about how to create a supplier invoice. You go in a purchase section, go in a supplier invoice. First you select a particular supplier by searching a supplier. As you can see, already supplier are mentioned. You have to select a one supplier. For example, I am selecting this supplier. As you can see, the all section is filled from related to this supplier, like date, reference, their current credit, tax group, exchange rate, supplier currency as well. Supplier reference, for example, I write 5421, and as you can see the description section, all product are mentioned which you purchase from. For example, I purchased app subset, iPad Air 1 GB, quantity yet to invoice. You can see the total bill like 15,000, 4,000, and you can remove as well, you can add as well. If you want to remove, you can remove from this by clicking OK button and cancel. I want to add in this invoice. You can see after tax, after 70% GST, the bill is 4680. will enter invoice. You can see supplier invoice has been processed. View this invoice. You can see, you can view as well. View journal entry. You can view journal. You can see enter supplier payment for this invoice. You can pay the supplier by clicking this. You can see this window. Supplier is selected. You can select any other as well, and you can make this payment from going purchase section and payment to supplier. This, as you can see this window, bank amount USD dollar, for example I write 5,000, 1,000. As you can see, I write a reference code 5421, supplier invoice or supplier reference. This is for subset, app subset. You can give discount, you can write discount, like for example I give discount 10. Amount of payment, paid, and enter payment. You can see payment is done. Print this payment. You can see payment is done, which is 46780. Email this payment directly. View this payment. You can view as well. You can view journal entry as well. Enter another supplier payment, enter other payment, enter customer payment, enter other deposit, bank account transfer. So what we cover first, we see how to create a company profile in setup section, in company setup. Then we move on to banking and journal ledger. We make a journal entry, basic journal entry for depositing amount in our honor security account. Then we go on inventory and item to create a particular item in maintenance section. In items we create a item, then we go in purchase section. We create a supplier which we are purchasing from. In supplier, create a supplier. Then we move on to purchase. We make a purchase order entry to this supplier by selecting this supplier. You can select this supplier and make a purchase order entry. Then directly you make a receive order entry. Then you move on to purchase section and make a supplier invoice, supplier bill, and then you go on to payment to supplier. Then pay this supplier. Let's move on to inventory and item section. In inventory and item section, I already told you, in maintenance section we create items, and there's a lot of more options in transactions like inventory location transfer, inventory adjustment and reports, inquiry and reports, inventory item movement, inventory item status. And you in maintenance section there is a lot of more options: foreign item code, sales kits, item categories, inventory location, units of measure, reorder levels, pricing and costs, sales pricing, purchase pricing. This pricing you also set from setup section as well. You can set there as well, standard cost as well. Let's start from inventory location transfer. Like there is a foreign location, from location to location, all work to, for example we are moving to Doha International Airport. Which item want to move
is back wheels. For example, quantity I'll write only one. Add this item is moved. For example, memo is transfer. Here transfer and process transfer. This item inventory transfer has been processed. You can view this transfer slip as well. From there you can enter another inventory transfer there. For now you can back an inventory adjustment as well. For you want to adjust, like for example in Doha there is a in Doha there limited stock is limited, so you want to adjust, so you can adjust there and search item, which item you want to adjust. Like for example back wheels as like quantity 1, unit cost is already mentioned, total when you add the total amount has been written. This memo for adjustment, like process adjustment, and you can process view this adjustment. You can view from there, view this journal entry. You can view journal entry, enter another adjustment, add an attachment. Like for example you want to add a invoice, a bill, anything you want to, you can add attachment. Like for example you keep select, you can add. Let's move on to inventory section. There's a more option over there, like for example inventory adjustment. I already told you. Inventory movement, which is inventory transfers, item creation, sales pricing, reports and analysis, and dashboard is like this. You can see your top 10 sold item in this fiscal year. As you can see this item: Honda CD17, Honda CD shirt, Apple iPhone laptops, Apple shirt set, app shirt set, Apple iPhone maintenance, iPhone. As you can see graph as well, like this. And you can move on to item and inventory section. This is the inquiry and reports. Like for example you want to see your inventory item movements, and you can see over there. Like for example you can search your item, like for example back fees I'm clicking, and you can show the movement. You can see the movement which I made. Like for example I moved to Doha International Airport. Purchase order delivery inventory adjustment, I made purchase order delivery inventory adjustment, location transfer. As you can see, as I made Doha International Airport, which is mentioned, showing this there. So back, you can create item there. Foreign item codes, like code barcodes, like code, some code you can create. If not, it's not necessary. You can create inventory location as well from there, like inventory location. When I was moving a inventory to from, as you can see, as I made Doha International Airport, default has Islamabad, Karachi, Lahore, Shekhapura. Location code, for example 241, for example 212. Location name, Canada. Contact for deliveries. That, as you can see, address Montreal, Canada. I process this, add new location has been added. As you can see here, Canada, Montreal, Canada, phone number, secondary phone number, and this. You can update as well from there. You can update. Okay, let's move on. Unit of measures, reorder levels. You can set your reorder levels as well for your employees. Standard cost, standard squad, item, backfill, unit cost 15,000, reference, memo, and then update. Unit cost you can update. Like for example, I set 15,000. You can change as well from there. Like for example, change to 16,000, and you can update. Cost has been updated. You can back. Now you can move. So you can see inventory item status as well, inventory reports as well. Like for example, you want to view inventory, stock check, sheets, inventory, sales report, for example. You can display your inventory sales report is this. And now move on to again sales pricing. You can set as well, like PEL fees, currency, US dollars, sales type, retail price. Sales price for example is 20,000. You can add the new price has been added. Now move on to inventory and item again. As you can see, I all cover reorder levels as well. You can set reorder levels for each locations. Like for example, Canada 0. You can update from there as well. Shikapura. Now move on to manufacturing section. In manufacturing section, there is a work order entry. First, you can make work order entry like first is reference type for assembling, unassembling, advanced manufacture. For example, I select assemble item. You can select, for example, you select engine. As I see engine, this is current location, destination location, Canada, which I made Alberta. Quantity 1 day before labor cost. Labor cost, for example, is 300 US dollar. Credit labor account. You can select account type as well, HPL, petty cash, cash customer. Now you can go for checking account. Overhead cost, total overhead cost is overhead cost means all costs including labor. Like for example, overhead 1000 credit overhead account 106 is checking account memo manufacturer going to going to manufacturing, say add work order entry. Okay, you first have to create bill of material like recipe. Moving back to manufacturing section, you have to create a bill of material, item, engine, component, plus additional components. Recipe, bill of material, recipe component is, for example, CG125 handle, quantity 1. So you can add a new component part has been added to the bill of material for this item for engine, as you can see over there. Now back to the manufacturing section. Make work order entry again. Now make again work order entry. Same process go again. Same process go on, and you can add work order. Okay, you can set the launch. As you can see, the work order has been added. View this work order, print the work order directly, email this work order, and you can view this work order as well. As you can see, default from location is default work center, unit quantity, total quantity, same है, iPhone है, camera. So move on. You can see journal entry as well from this. Add attachment, enter new work order. You can go in manufacturing section, an outstanding work order which is pending and due. You can see your dashboard as well from there. As you can see, the top 10 manufactured items in this fiscal year. As you can see, engine Honda 400 AH battery. Let's move on to outstanding work order. As you can see, there's a list of outstanding works which has been due. For example, you select this is the filters. You can search. For example, I search default all item for items. As you can see, I search, and this, for example, go for default Honda CD. This is the entry. This is produce, its cost or issue date and issue date. You can process issue from there by clicking process issue. As you can see, the work order issue has been entered. You can see this work order from there. Back to the process costs, you can update the cost, process additional cost, and you can add some additional cost as well. And you can produce by clicking produce and close order. You can produce and close. Demo finished. Process. The manufacturing process has been entered, has been done. View this work order, and you can see this work order. View the GL journal entry. Print the GL journal entry. Select another work order process. Dot modes are pending. Let's move on. Inquiry and reports. Maintenance, bill of material, work center, where you made your product, where you produce your product. You can add new work center there. Work center name and description. For example, Karachi machinery. You can add new work center has been added. Karachi description machine, and you can update as well, and you delete it. Now move on to costed bill of material inquiry, inventory item view, used inquiry, work order inquiry. Let's see work order inquiry. How can see work order inquiry? This is the filters. You can select for a particular items, all location, default. This is your journal entries, your reports, for example. And you can see manufacturing reports as well from there, like bill of material listing, work order inquiry, listening and display work order listening. For as you can see, this is a display. Now let's see how purchase module work. I already told you purchase order entry, how to make purchase order entry, payment to how to make payment to suppliers entry, and supplier invoices. There is a lot of more options there, like for example supplier credit note, allocate supplier payment or credit notes, and there is direct supplier invoice. You can make direct invoice as well from this. Direct supplier invoice and supplier invoice are both are reciprocal. Let's see how it works. Direct supplier invoice, you can make directly invoice from there. You can select supplier. I can select this. You can see supplier reference. For example, I write this delivered to which item, pack beats, quantity 1. As you can see, price is already mentioned, which I change from settings and add item. Okay, price is added. You can update from there as well. After text you can see memo, invoice, and process. As you can see, direct purchase invoice entries are done. Now you can see the direct purchase invoice has been created. You can view from this. As you can see, view the journal entry as well. Entry supplier payment for this invoice. This is a supplier payment. You can add attachment as well, and you can enter another direct invoice. Now move on to purchase section. Now move on to another option. This is direct GRN. It means direct goods receivable note, which is generated to put the opening stock and to increase the stock quantity that is currently available in physical warehouse. Generally, it is a one-time entry. So how it's work? Let's see. Select a particular supplier. From there, like I select this supplier reference, delivered to, for example, bad delivered to Imran. Select a particular item from there, like I select back wheels. As you can see, quantity 1 unit each. Price before tax, which is I already mentioned from the previous. Total amount is this, and you can add this item, and this is added. You can update, edit, and update from there, and you can delete from there. Okay, now move on to process GRN. Direct GRN has been entered. From this you can view the journal entry, view the good receivable note, and view the journal entry from there. You can view a print as well. Into purchase invoice for this receivable. You can make a purchase invoice from there. Like as I click, you can make a purchase invoice. You can add, and you can enter invoice. Supplier invoice reference, for example, 874, and you can enter. Supplier invoice has been processed. You can view journal entry, this, and now move on to purchase section again, and now see direct supplier invoice covered. Payment to supplier, supply invoices, supply credit note. This is the supplier credit note section. Supplier credit note is a letter sent by the particular supplier to the customer, notifying the customer that he or she has been credited a certain amount due to an error in the original invoice. or other reason. The customer returned the goods or rejected the services for any number of reasons. So you can update from there. So you can see the list of items which I purchased from a particular supplier. Like for example, I purchased from Amir. So the services, the item is not up to the mark which I want to return. So I add there. The item is added in the below, and the credit note total is this, and you can notify the reason why you are rejecting. The reason is anything like for example goods is not up to the mark, so you enter the credit note. And the supplier credit note has been processed. View this credit note. You can view like supplier credit note 1. You can see the 46800, the amount. View the GL entry as well. Enter another, add an attachment to the purchase module. From there you can allocate supplier payments or credit notes, which I made credit notes to a particular supplier to allocate them. Like for example, if there is already selected America and there is their credit note, and you can go there and you can see and you can add and process. Allocate of bank payment number 6 America, date, total amount, and you can process. Done. Go back to purchase. You can see their supplier and purchase reports. Like for example, I see supplier trial balance, so I can see the supplier overall trial balance, a particular supplier which I selected. like like I select for example this one and display the supplier trial balance. This is their supplier balance, credit and debit. Total amount is balance, yani. So move on. Now let's move on to another module, which is sales module. There is a lot of sales module options. First is sales quotation entry, sales order entry, direct delivery, direct invoices, template delivery, template invoices, or create and print recurrent invoices. First, how let's see the sales quotation entry. Sales quotation is the follow-up of the request for quotation sent by the customer. The quotation specifies the rates that the company offers along with certain terms and conditions. Okay, let's see how it's work. While doing sales quotation entry, first you maintain and create a customer. Let's move on to create a customer in maintenance section. As you can see, add and manage a customer. You can create a customer from there. Like as I select new customer, you can update existing as well. For example, customer name is Imran. That's my short name. Oh yeah. Their address, particular address, Shadman, town, Shetland, North Karachi. Customer currency, for example, I change to Pakistani rupees. Sales type, retail, wholesale, as I select for example wholesale price. Their branches, name, phone number, address, for example phone number, secondary phone number, fax number, email address. As I select this for temporary purpose, bank account number 45782134. Salesperson, for example salesperson is Raheel. You can create salesperson as well from sales. Discount, no discount. From payment discount, no payment discount. Credit limit 50,000. Payment terms, cash customer, and there's a many more options. Credit card as well, and you can check from cash only. Credit status, good history, bad history, and you can write more than that. Journal note, XYZ branch, Alvarka, not Alvarka, Karachi branch. Default shipping company, you can create courier company as well from sales in maintenance section, as I told you in a later. Sales era, global, tax group, tax exempt with link tax, and you can add new. As you can see there a new customer has been added. A default branch has been automatically created. Please check default branch value by using link below. Okay, you can delete as well. So move on. Or supplier is created, added, manage customer is added, customer branches, you can make a branches as well from there. Sales group, like as I told you, retail, wholesale, there is a large, medium and small sales group. You can edit more, made all. Recurrent invoice, sales type, retail, wholesale, retail sales, you can add more as well. Salesperson, which I am telling you about, salesperson is created there. From there, salesperson name, telephone number, email address, provision, like there are dummy salesperson is created. Janze, Brahil, Shuja, Al Hashim, there's a phone number, email address, and you can update as well. Sales areas, like there's only mentioned global, you can add more. You can edit more as well, like I add domestic as well, so I add here, so domestic is added. uh, Credit status setup, credit limit, which I do. Invoice, okay, no invoicing. Good history, no more work until payment received, so you can add more as well. So back to the main point. Main point is sales quotation entry. First, you can quote a particular customer. Like for example, I made a customer Imran, so I quote it from there. Like Imran is there, IR. I select Imran and select item which are quoting for. Like I select back wheels. I mention a particular price, for example 5,000, and I add. Okay, price 5,000 in below standard cost. So I want to update this from 20,000, and I add this. Hmm. As you can see, this I switch to Apple iPhone 10, which is worth 20,000. I make a quotation after tax 17%. Total amount is 23,400, and you can update as well. I won't need it. Any comments? For example, I see, and you can place quotation to this supplier. View this quotation. You can view this quotation from there. You can print this quotation as well, like this. Email the quotation as well. Make sales order against this quotation. Like first you made a to send a quotation, then you make a sales order entry. You can make sales order against this quotation, sales order entry direct from there, and you can see. Now you can sales order entry as default. Imran is selected. You can select any other as well, like this. I select Imran, reference this, the item quotation for Apple iPhone 10, because I directly made, as you can see. And place the order, and the order number 39 has been entered. You can see there as this. Total amount 2340. Print this order, email this order, make delivery against this order. So you can see, you can directly make the entries from this, and you can make these entries from sales section as well, as I show you this. Sales orders entry, sales order entry, direct delivery. I made sales order entry previously. I show you how it works, and direct delivery against this sales order. So I show you how. You can make delivery like this. Imran is the customer or selected. currency is PKR, amount is this, and and as you can select the shipping company, courier company, Bashir Siddiqui Logistic, and default as well. I select Bashir Siddiqui Logistic. You can create this from sales module, and you can place this order, no, dispatch this order, and as you can see, order is dispatched. Delivery number T9 has been entered. View this delivery, Bashir Siddiqui Logistic. In this delivery, email delivery, and print a packing slip as well. This is our packing slip, which is worth you can email as well. View the general ledger account. This invoice this delivery, and now you can directly make invoice against this dispatch delivery, and you can make this invoice. Initial total 23400. Imran customer is Imran, and supplier company is Bashir Siddiqui Logistic Courier Company, and process invoice. And as you can see, selected delivery has been processed. View this invoice. You can see, print email, view the journal ledger, select another delivery for invoicing. No, add in any attachment you want to, you can add. Now back to sales module. You can see this option which I previously told, this deliver direct invoicing, direct delivery I covered previously. Delivery against sales order, invoice against sales delivery, invoice prepaid order. Okay. Template delivery, it's, it's template invoices, create and print recurrent invoices. Let's see how. As you can see, recurrent invoices, like for example weekly maintenance praise, you don't have to maintain every day, every month. Once you made, you can update from there. This template number 6, number 1, number of invoices 1, weekly maintenance, you can update from any other. So back, go on to sales module, customer payments. You can collect the payments from Imran, which I select as a customer. Bank charges 100 rupees. Customer payment discount, let's suppose is none because I don't select. Amount of discount, PKR 100 rupees. Total amount, memo, bill, and you can process. Add payment. The customer payment has been successfully entered. You can view this payment, print this payment, print this receipt as well, like this. Like this. Email this receipt, view the journal entry, enter another customer payment, enter other deposit, enter payment to supplier, enter other payments, bank account transfers. You can transfer as well from there, one bank to another, like this. Form account, from which account to another, how much amount you want to transfer, like for example 10,000. Bank charges worth 100 rupees. Memo, payment, for example, enter transfer. As you can see, transfer has been entered. You can view the GL journal entry. You can view this. Go back. As I select Mizan Bank amount. Oh, this is I already told. Now back to sales module again. Customer payment has been done. Customer credit note. You can maintain a credit note, for example, like he didn't like our services, any amendment in our goods and services, you can update there. Allocate customer payment of credit notes, you can process from there. Inquiries and reports, sales quotation inquiry, customer and sales. First you see the dashboard, or dashboard is like this. Overall sales invoices, top 10 customer in fiscal year. You can see the chart as well. Overall recurrent invoices, and you can go back. You can see the reports and analysis or of sales, manufacturing, fixed aspect, all are available over there. You can see sales summary report, like for example I want to see the overall sales summary from this date to this date, like I'm viewing this. As you can see, overall report is here. Now back to the page, previous page. You can manage your customer from there, customer branches, sales group, which I already covered. Now move on to another module, which is fixed asset. This fixed asset, first you have to create a particular fixed asset. From creating fixed asset, you have to create first fixed asset categories, fixed asset categories, fixed asset classes, fixed asset locations. Fixed asset categories, existing categories are already created, like furniture, tablets, equipment, machinery, plants. You can create your as well. Description, machinery, like for example spare part, depreciation rate is 12%. You can add. Now fixed asset class has been added. You can move on to another. Now as you can see, fixed asset categories, there is a existing categories over there, like for example furniture, IT equipment, machinery, plant and machinery. You can add yours as well. Like for example, category name is goods formulation. You can add this. Now you can see new item category has been added. Now move on to fixed location. As you can see, existing are Karachi, Doha. You can add new, for example, 4879. Location name Canada, Ali, address, Shortman, North Karachi. Address XYZ, telephone number is 54789-215. As I entered this information, and now I am adding. As you can see, new location has been added, which I enter is Canada. Now back to fixed asset. Now to actually create our fixed asset. Now you can see this window, fixed asset. Select an item, its new item. You can update existing as well. Item code 1925139, for example. Name, tables, office tables, furniture है. Category is furniture, item text type regular, unit of measure each, and you can depreciation furniture, declining balance. You can um, you can select other method as well, depreciation method as well. From this straight line method, we are going from straight line method. 0.2 is the depreciation rate. You can check and set your GL account accordingly. Sales, image file you can want to upload, you can. Item status active, and you can insert new item. A new item has been added. And now move on to fixed asset purchase. You can purchase your fixed asset from a particular supplier. Now you can select, and same as you can purchasing item and inventory. Like for example, I'll select this supplier. Now for example, I select this. Now, supplier reference, you have right 50136, delivered to Ali. item is tablet, you can furniture and tables. Unit of measure each price is, for example, 5,000, and you can add, you can see, and you process invoice. You can view this invoice from there. View journal entry as entry supplier payment for this invoice. You can make a supplier payment entry directly from there. You can make a supplier entry from fixed asset transaction section as well. Now I am doing directly from there. Mohammed Amir, America, bank account, bank charges 100, amount of discount 50, for example, or enter payment. As you can see, payment has been created, payment has been done as well. Print this receipt as well, you can print, as you can see, this receipt, and email this, view this payment. You can view journal account, you can view this. You can enter another payment enter another supplier payment, enter customer payment, enter other deposit, bank account transfer as well. Now move on to fixed asset. You done from purchase. Now move your fixed asset from one location to another. You can move as well like this. Tables runs memo transfer. From location and to location. And you can add this item. For example, I change this item because there is an insufficiency. I choose printers and make process. Now you can see fixed asset disposal, location, for example Canada. You can add this item. Market, education, quantities, day of adjustment. You can see the fixed asset sale. You can sold your fixed asset as well, like I select for example customer Imran. I am for example I select AA Honda. SALIENT. I fill this section like item, with item, quantity, units, price. For example, price is 5,000. As you can see, the total price after GST is 5,000, and you can make this process invoices. As you see, invoice number 27 has been entered. Fixed asset has been sold. Now you can see this invoice from there. Print, email, view GL account, enter our new direct invoice as well. Add an attachment, and now back. Process dispatch depreciation. If you want to process your depreciation, you can process, select a particular item. You can show your GL draws. This is your debit and this is your credit section. As you can see, depreciation has been processed. This is debit and this is credit, which both the sides are balanced. Now move on. In inquiry section, you see fixed assets reports from there. Fixed assets, all reports are available: sales, inventory, manufacturing, fixed asset, banking, general ledger. And you can display your fixed asset valuation. As you can see, fixed asset valuation is there. Okay, move on to fixed asset section. It's all cover. Okay, now move on to another module, which is human resource management. Now in this human resource management module, we have two things. You can maintain your employee attendance, and you can set and payroll, pay slips entries, payment advices, and you can see the attendance report, timesheet, which is for timesheet, employee transaction inquiry as well, means salaries. First, you have to create a particular employee, department, overtime rates, default settings, salary schemes, allowance and deduction accounts, allowance and deduction rules, salary GL posting. First, you create a particular employee, like as you see, existing employees created, like Rahil Khan, Sama Irshad, Mer Kar, Sama Habib. If you want to create new, you can edit a new employee. From there, you can select a photo, first name Ali, last name Hamza, gender male, address Shadman, Karachi, mobile phone number, its email, Ali Hamza, Ali Hamza 21 at gmail.com. Its budget notes: new employee in Minimax. Hire date 15. Department, which department? For example, HR department. Salary scheme, its salary scheme is internee level. Add new employee. A new employee has been added. Okay, employee list. Ali Hamza is added as an intern in Minimax Solution. Okay, move on to attendance. You can create departments as well, like HR department, accountant, admin, sales, etc. minimum. Department overtime, you set overtime rates, like equipment is 500, overtime rate is 1000. Name is, so add new overtime rate has been added. Now back default settings, you can set your dashboard accordingly. You can update as well. You can see your dashboard as well. Make an attendance, like for example Ali Hamza. Regular time is 10 AM. You can set equipment selling is the overtime things. Regular time it's 10. If they are in overtime, so you can set this, but you save this. Nine AM Sama chart, 11 AM chart, 8 AM. And save the attendance. Now move on to payslip entry. First you select date, reference, from date to date. Pay to select an employee. For example, I select Ali Hamza. Monthly salary, payable number 3, what day, 0 day. This is a new new employees, no work days. For example, I select Ali Hamza, generate place, no working period, because I created a new employee. This is a no working days, non-working day period. Now move on to make payable advices. You can make payable advices. For example, you select pay to Ali Hamza for the order of whom you are mentioned over there, and you make a payment for the order of a particular person. So you can make, you can select uh, from the account of, this is a chart of account, cash account, Habib Bank, Mizan Bank, Mizan, and process. In this you can see the timesheets of their particular employee. As you can see the timesheets, attendance sheets as well, employee transaction inquiry. For example, you select particular employee and there is a filters button and show. There is no inquiries over there because I created a new employees. No data has been entered yet. Now move on to I cover all modules. Banking is general ledger. There is a payments. You can make a payment directly from there as well, from a particular person, like deposits, account description, cash amount 5,000, can add, and you can process payment. As you can see, payment 9 has been entered. Now back to the journal. Now you directly deposit your payments here. Date, reference, from, name, miscellaneous account, and 2 into the account of the chart of account, Habib Bank, Mizan Bank, for example. Amount 2,000, add and process. You can see your deposit had been done. Use this GL account. Now move on to banking, and you can create or bank account chart of accounts from there. Bank account, quick entries, account tax, currencies. You can set currencies, exchange rate, you can set currencies as well, euro, Canadian dollar, rupees. Now back to the banking and general ledger. Again, GL account groups, GL account classes, closing GL account transaction, revaluation of currency account, journal entry, budget entry, recancel bank account. You can recancel your bank account directly from there. Revenue cost account, bank account transfers, You can see all the reports are available from there: trial balance, balance sheet, profit and loss statement, banking reports, general ledger reports, tax inquiries as well. Not done for all. You can see all necessary reports, your financial reports here.